animation in cartoon movies is modern and more detailed. In the past, animation was more raw and more simple. Nowadays, movies have more complex plots and more characters. In the past, plots were less complex and there were less characters. Nowadays, movies have better visual effects and cooler sound. In the past, movies used to have worse visual effects and worse sounds.
Technology. Nowadays, TVs are thinner and have better video quality. In the past, TVs used to be thicker and the video quality wasn't the best. Nowadays, cars are more modern and faster. In the past, cars used to have a more formal design and were slower. Nowadays, we have computers that are lighter and more practical. In the past, writing machines used to be heavier and less practical.
Nowadays, hockey is safer and easier to maintain the cup. In the past, hockey was more dangerous and more difficult to have the cup. Nowadays, tennis is faster and more difficult sport to win. In the past, tennis used to be a slower sport and easier to win. Nowadays, cycling is safer and has more efficient equipment. In the past, cycling was more dangerous and had less efficient equipment.
Nutrition. Nowadays, food is more available and easier to access. In the past, sometimes food was less accessible and more difficult to find. Nowadays, home cooking is easier and faster. In the past, home cooking was slower and more difficult to prepare. Nowadays, it's easier and more common to find food on the streets. In the past, it was harder to have snacks and less common to find shops selling food.
Nowadays, transportation is more comfortable and bigger. In the past, it used to be smaller and more uncomfortable. Nowadays, bicycles are smaller and easier to control. In the past, bicycles were bigger and more difficult to control. Nowadays, boats are smaller and more modern. In the past, boats were bigger and more elegant.
Nowadays, music is more elaborated and funnier. In the past, music used to be slower and simpler. Nowadays, music is more diverse and louder. In the past, music used to be a little less diverse and sometimes. Nowadays, music has more complex concepts and wilder video clips. In the past, music used to be simpler and calmer video clips.